Welcome back, Reedie and Z, week 3. Your Washington Commanders just defeated the Cincinnati Bengals with a final score of 38-33 on Monday Night Football. Jayden Daniels' first primetime game. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling great, bro. I mean, we got that dub, a dub that a lot of people didn't think we would be capable of getting. Jayden looked electric. We hung in there. It was a great game, man. I'm excited. Excited to get into it and just, talk about it.
Absolutely, man. I don't we didn't punt the ball not one time.
At one
I could have
time,
sworn we scored on every single drive.
pretty
Every
much.
single drive we went on offense. Like I ain't seen an offense like this. And a lot in the beginning of the game, you know how you trying to just calm yourself down, like
Yeah,
not yet, not yet, not yet. But it just kept clicking, clicking, clicking. Now this is what I expected, week 1. But I guess they're finally getting it together, with the familiarity and then, the weeks of DQ said during the week that, they was gonna fix some things and they definitely came out ready to play from the start to the end, all 3 phases, special teams, defensively and offensively. Defensively could have been a little bit better, but we'll get into that later. But all 3 phases came through. And let's talk about Austin Eckler, another big kick return.
yeah, another big kick return. He had a good touchdown run up the sideline earlier. He was just all around. He was pretty much doing his part. He had an inside screen play that he looked good on. The only thing he ended up getting hurt, left the game with a concussion. But Eckler was pretty active, and we was able to see him a lot more in the run game. Hoping that he can recover from this concussion. Everything be clear and he can continue to play. But we'll see. But before the injury, he was doing pretty well, and it was definitely looking forward to seeing what else he was going to bring.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And they, all of the naysayers and doubters and the haters, I said the clip about show me some love.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just hating and saying he lost a step, but he's been spot on from week 1 to me. Just itching, needing, I call week 1 that we need to get him more involved in the offense. I don't know what the concussion was about. He didn't look like he was woozy or anything like that. It looked like it
Mm-hmm.
was a routine tackle when they took him out of the game. But obviously they must have seen something more than what we saw, and he was ruled out for the remaining of the game.
Correct. Correct.
But just all across the board, just a good showing. Everybody got in the mix.
Yeah.
McCaffrey came out, had a few catches. We saw De'Ami Brown that was missing in action. He had 2 screens. Actually, he
Yeah.
got popped on a play coming back across the middle. But I like the aggressiveness by him. Noah Brown was seen. And then let's talk about, the captain, the true professional, the guy that doesn't want to be a cancer in the locker room, just wants to be patient. I guess he knows what
Mr.
we have in
Terry
Jayden Daniels
McLaurin.
and Terry McLaurin. And I'm real critical of Terry McLaurin on this program. And today he showed up and showed out.
Reedy got it out early. I love it. I love it. Bernardo, just to kind of go back over the stats real quick. Commanders 38, Bengals 33. Jayden Daniels 21 of 23, 91%. That's 254 in the air, 2 touchdowns. First career touchdown to offensive tackle, Mr. Trent Scott. On the rushing, Jayden had 12 yards for 12 carries for 39 yards and a TD. Eckler had 3 carries, 35 yards, a TD. B. Rob, 16 carries, 33 yards, 1 touchdown. Killed me on my parlay that I posted earlier. I had him 50 combined, rushing and passing, and he had 37 total. 13 more yards, whether receiving or rushing, would have got me a stack. So anybody that tell me out there, make sure y'all stay locked in. I've been hot. Stay locked in. Mr. Terry McLaurin, as he stated, 4 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Finally got a tutty. Finally got a bomb. That first bomb to Terry, 55 yards. Man, it's just like the excitement when Terry came to the sideline and hugged Dan Quinn. It was really, really, it's like I felt that. I felt that emotion. I looked at my wife and I'm like, damn, like, I felt that one. I text Reedie. I'm like, my man Terry, you was talking all that smack, like F you. So Reedie, like, chill, your emotions too high. But at the end of the day, was just excited for my man Terry.
Now, I don't even think I was really talking about Terry in the moment. I was just saying, don't get too high on the game at that point in time in the
Yeah,
game,
I was
because
calm on the
we've
game
seen
side.
this program before, and
Nah,
it
for
just
real.
was like every time you want to be like, all right, well, this is going to happen. It's just like they get back on the field and they just move the ball, continuously getting long. We're set back by the penalties in the second from in the last drive, and we're just still converting on third down, like third and longs and stuff like that. It's just giving me a lot of confidence going forward in this team, and just willing to trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's gonna have its goods and it's gonna have its bads, and we just got to be here for it all.
Nah, for
Through
real.
and through.
And nah, I was gonna say, like I said, coming out of week 1 and a little bit last week, this offense, this team is gonna go as far as Jayden Daniels. If Jayden Daniels come out and play and be electric, he's gonna bring the energy, gonna bring that excitement that the team needs, and it's gonna lead us in the right direction. Progressive though, slowly. We're not jumping out there and saying we lead, we top this and none of that. We're just taking it week by week. But if he continues to get better, the team will get better. Overall, and I feel like the coaches got better today. Kingsbury called a much better game. That was much more fluent. I feel like he took a huge insult to Taylor Britt, calling his offense a college offense. He came out there today and he opened it up. He came out there, went up top on him. Terry, that first play on that 55 to that first bomb was on Britt,
That
Taylor
wasn't him
Britt.
on the touchdown. I thought it was him on the
Nah, that was
touchdown too.
Hill. That was Hill. But yeah, so I mean, there was a lot of talking going on, and we came out quietly, did our job. We was excited, and you saw the energy. It felt like everything the coach has been talking about. We were right there in the middle. We're just trying to figure things out. It's gonna come. Today kind of showed that, and I think it'll continue to be building blocks, brick by brick. We're gonna get progressive, but as we stated, the defense still has a lot to fix, and let's talk about it.
Yeah, I think defensively, I don't know what type of zones they were in, but it was just like even in the linebackers, it looked like they was running some type of cover. It was like some type of cover two, because the outside linebackers was like in the hook area. But clearly, a couple plays that irritated me was the back out of the backfield. They were just killing us. He was like dumping it off. Clearly, that we was stopping them from going deep or the intermediate routes, and they were
Mm-hmm.
trying to dump it off. But if you see the back right there, why not get to him a little bit sooner? You know what I'm saying? Because all they need is 7, 8 yards, and they getting the first down. I
Correct.
thought we could alleviate some of that, but by being a little bit more stingy in our coverage and coming up a little bit sooner. But ultimately, it's the same old story. The back end is secondary. I believe the first touchdown was Mikey Saverstill that got cooked by Jamar
Yeah.
Chase. Um, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what to really say about it. I mean, because I don't know what necessarily what techniques or whatever he was playing, but I just think we need to just tighten that up. And then St. Jude, he comes off the good game against New York, and this game he's just getting torched. About I mean, you gotta chalk it up to, that's Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. They got good receivers.
Correct.
Higgins came back. He looked like he was in rare form. He's been out with the hamstring injury. He came back and he had some good catches. And Jamar Chase is just Jamar Chase. He's going to do him. But the guy that was getting open was the second year guy. I don't even remember his name was the guy from uh he was born in Japan or something like. You remember his name?
To my Andre
He was Andre something. He was killing.
Civis.
Yeah, he was killing. Like, come on, bruh. Like, what are we doing in that? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, and then the defensive line, they cannot get home. It's like they jumble up, and it's a stalemate, and they just standing right there, and just Joe Burrow just has all day to just pick them apart. You can't get to Joe Burrow; he don't move that well. We got home a couple times on some stuff that broke down, but it's just not enough pressure for, like everybody keeps talking about, to have these, um, top the top two paid defensive linemen in the league. They said that Troy Aikman said that on the broadcast. Like, that's low key embarrassing. Like, and then we're getting gassed in the run game.
Yeah,
It ain't looking like we got
they
the
still
top two defensive tackles, in my opinion.
they
But
still had
that's what I
20
saw from the
carries.
defense overall.
Yeah, and they definitely getting gas in the run game. Overall, they had 20 carries for 124 yards and a tutty. Of that, 62 went to Brown, 58 went to Moss. Definitely like to see that D-line shore up those gaps and stop some runs, stop the bleeding. You know what I mean? Definitely would like to see them get more pressure. Burrow, he had a lot of time back there. But one bright spot on the defense was John Baptiste. He was able to get in on the sack, and Armstrong and Fowler split a sack today. So we was able to hit the quarterback twice. But overall, we definitely need to continue to up that and just play more violent. But those D tackles definitely got to shore up the middle.
One
Because
tackle,
a lot of questions.
one tackle per.
Yeah.
John Allen, one tackle. Deron Payne, one tackle.
And Payne had a missed
He should
tackle.
have had that tackle in
That missed tackle
the
was good.
TFL. Yeah, he should have had that.
End up getting the 11 yards and gotten the first down. Yeah, man, I'm not sure. They you got people in the comments as we check over. They need to trade Payne and Allen. I don't think you trade both. You know what I mean? Of the two, I think Allen would probably have the more value at this current state. But if I'm going to trade one, yeah, I would trade John Allen, my preference.
I feel like the ceiling on Payne is still going higher. I feel like I agree with you too on that, and I would say I would trade Allen over Payne. I feel like Payne has more upside. John Allen, like, I'm not saying that he's not a good player. He's a good player, but I just think if I'm going to trade anybody, it would be him.
Correct. Definitely. Couple of more comments on here. Last week we got in the red zone and didn't score. Immediately changed that this week. Definitely was happy to see that on the offense. Man, it was just electric out there. Pray that Austin is okay. The defensive unit needs to get it together. Tired of seeing the D-line do everything but sack the quarterback. Yeah, we scored every drive. Our defense got to be better, but I'm enjoying the moment. And this is what a quarterback does for you. A quarterback that doesn't make mistakes. A quarterback that's poised in moments. He's accurate. And he's playing smart. 21 of 23, 91%. That is like crazy. They said that's the the highest completion percentage for a rookie in NFL history or something like that. Yeah, like that's crazy.
Franchise history.
I'm sure franchise history. You know how we are.
And then let me pose this question to everybody that's viewing and you. Like, did you feel like we had weapons today? Because I felt like we had weapons. Like, and I will never feel like we got weapons. Did y'all have that feeling watching the game?
I mean, I saw Luke step up and be a weapon today. We always knew Terry was a weapon, but he needed that break, and he got that today. Ertz is definitely showing that he's a true weapon. He may not be as shifty and as fast as he used to, but he knows how to get open in his zone. He knows how to break off in man coverage. He knows how to be that sure guy for Jayden. And Ertz is coming up big. Diami got his 2 catches towards the end. He was kind of like, on the milk carton before that, but he was able to get in the mix. And they shared the ball a little bit, but I think the beast of our offense outside of Jayden is our 2 running backs.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And Eckler is definitely that change of pace guy. So like I said, definitely hoping that he can bounce back from the concussion this week. But whatever time he's needed to get that regroup, he definitely need to attend to that. So definitely praying for Eckler. But
so now do you see what I was saying? I don't know if it was last year or the year before last. When I was saying get Gibby out of there and let's go get Eckler. Now do you see what I was saying? Like that?
Yeah.
That's a real third down back, and he could really be every down back for real. If we just being honest, he can catch it and he can run it. Like, to me, I feel like he runs. Like, I like B-Rob's running style, but I feel like Eckler runs harder than him. When he gets the ball, it's just like a different energy. Like he sees it and he goes. It's like no deciphering it. It's no stuttering and then going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just hitting the hole. He's getting straight downhill. And he's eating up chunks of yards. Like,
yeah,
if I had, other than Jayden Daniels right now, if I had to have an MVP, it would be Austin Eckler. Thus far.
Yeah. It's been some exciting football, man. It's exciting. We're in the mix. We're staying in these games. Um, and that's all we want to see. That's
Yeah,
all we want to see week to
just
week.
want to see improvement. See that we got better from where we are last year. Let's talk about the offensive line. Yeah, we had some, some little hiccups or whatever, but I definitely think that the offensive line is much improved than what we're giving it credit to today. Hendricks, he got in late and he got the sack. When Allegretti tried to come together with what was his name? The tackle he's been with us for what I
Coleman,
can't
Lucas
remember
or
his name.
Coleman?
Lucas kind of came off and then Allegretti tried to come together on a double team, but he was just too fast. But overall, like they've been holding up, and then in the run game, they're getting some good blocks, and in the screen game, they're getting downfield on them, like you said, on that funnel screen to Eckler last week or the week before. From what I've seen, on first watch.
Yeah, definitely.
But where do we go? Where do we go from here, Z? Like, we can't have a letdown next week. We can't have a letdown. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to just never punt the ball or whatever, but we can't come out with a letdown after, this was supposed to be a Super Bowl contender at the top of the year. Now they're going to 0-3. But before, they were, one of the teams in the mix. We come off a big win. It reminds me of 2 years ago when we beat Pittsburgh when they were undefeated under Ron Rivera's tenure, how the next week we had a letdown. We cannot afford to do that this week. Coming up with Kyler Murray with us going to Kyler Murray's house and saying, Cliff Kingsbury's reunion with Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like we got to stay true to what we've been saying, though. Where we go from here, we go to the tape. We enjoy this W. We get our day off. We go to the tape, and we figure it out. And we come out and play sound football, establish a game plan where something similar to this, where you can control the game by, moving the ball, moving the chains, running the ball, mixing in your passes, and not forcing anything. You got to stay true to the identity that we've already built. And we're not really, we're not trying to be super fancy. And let Jayden just slowly progress, and he'll take his shots, as you saw today. He did, and he came up big. And just trust him. We just can't try to go out here and just become no slingers and changing what we're doing. We need to stay true to what we're building and what the identity we're trying to establish, and go from there. Take it week by week. But we definitely gonna have to contain Kyler Murray. You definitely gotta, try to shore up Marvin Harris. But like today, Chase got his. So, if you got a guy that's gonna get his, you gotta find other ways to make stops, and the offense gotta match the energy and go from there.
We actually did get a couple stops in between there where we got off the field.
Yeah.
Got off the field. Like, it was the missed field goal was one of them. We got off the field.
Yeah.
They didn't have a punt, but it was like a fourth down. They went for it. They didn't get on the fourth down. I can't remember exactly where it was at in the game. It was in the first part of the game, if my memory is correct. But yeah, like you said, we just gotta, do those things, those small things, and I think we'll be out and just take it week by week.
Week by week. And Jayden is saying, Jayden's on there now. He's just talking about, man, I'm a competitor. I want to compete at the highest level. And you know what I mean? A lot of people had to say, how you gonna show up under the lights? Going against Joe Burrow. I mean, I think Jayden is he's just a dog. Nothing scares him, and he just
shy away from
he
the
gonna be
moment.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gonna be him. So
we might got us
after
one.
3 games, we're seeing that, and we just need him to continue to stay healthy and build brick by brick. That's all.
I was happy to see him take the slide. I laughed when he slid.
Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious when he slid. It was
when he
I
slid
was like,
and how
he
he looked
you
up.
know how to slide.
No. Let's talk about how at the pivotal of the game, when we was driving and they trying to get these plays in and they moving all slow, and he yelling like, "Give me the play!" Like, he like, "Come on, like, hurry the fuck up!" Like, nah, like, let's get this shit moving. Like, hold them accountable, and I love it. That boy got dog in him. Tell you.
So we just show up some things around him. I think I don't want to say it too early, but I think we found, ladies and gentlemen, I think we found our quarterback of the future. So now it's time to just build around him. Shore up our offensive line, get us some more weapons in the building, and just build on top of what we're doing.
Yeah.
But
No
first,
interceptions. No interceptions in 3 games.
right?
That's
First,
huge.
we got to get this defense together. I think they're going to come along at some point, but this secondary and not being able to stop the run is becoming a little troublesome.
Let's see here. It says no team in the Super Bowl era has done what the Commanders just did. 2 consecutive games with 0 turnovers and 0 punts. Take a bow. Jayden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury, Terry McCollum, Washington Commanders. Take your bow. And that's real.
But we can't get caught up in all of these little premature accolades and all of this old NFL history and lose track of, we need to keep that chip on our shoulder and, the national media and all these people saying, oh, we ain't this, we ain't that. Okay, we ain't this, we ain't that. We don't got to talk. We just go out there and just do what we do week to week.
Yeah, facts. That's fact. Big fact. Yeah. 1 incompletion per half is insane. That 4th and 4 was tough. My man ain't break a sweat. He definitely didn't. Defense is trash. We got to work on that. But Daniels had 3 TDs with 2 incompletions. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little worried about the passing touchdowns, but I just gotta, they'll come. What do you got? Like 6 touchdowns already on the year? 5?
Yeah. Somebody in the comments said, boys, we'll critique it tomorrow. Tonight we party. Nah, that's real. I almost poured me a drink, though. I ain't going to hold you.
Dang.
I definitely wanted a
We
drink.
pouring drinks over week 3 wins is wild.
I almost pulled up, man.
This is a new type of celebration.
Hey,
What we going to the Alls now?
Nah, we going to week 4. That's what we going to. We going to Arizona.
For Arizona. What Belichick said, we on to Arizona.
Going to Arizona.
Enjoy it on the plane. And tomorrow come in, tell the truth Monday. Shit, I don't know what truth you could tell. They got to be all on the defensive side of the ball because offense, they look goddamn good.
Yeah, Twan said, come on, Reedie. We probably been in the red zone more the last 2 games than we did all last season. Baggy said, I'm at the bar right now.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
For real.
I ain't going to hold you, Slim. Yes, yeah.
Man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Cincinnati, but they ain't what they thought they were.
Oh, I love this social media team. Not bad for a college offense.
Yeah.
Did you see them drop that?
Nah, I ain't said I've been locked in on this.
They popping that shit.
I'm going to get to my phone in a minute.
Now Trent Scott and Jayden Daniels trying to figure out who should get the ball for that touchdown.
That was
Trent
love,
Scott
man.
he'll never have another touchdown ever.
I like what Kingsbury's doing. You throw it to the tackle.
Yeah.
Like last week, you tried to throw it to the receiver that he was going to throw it back, but he didn't like it. Like we've been calling for stuff like this. Like why we can't do certain things like this to every now and then. And I love DQ's confidence and just fuck it, go for it. The 4th down, he could have kicked the field goal, been like a 50-some yard field goal, but no, he said go for it. And it worked out. He's believing in the fucking offense. And
that was a change in the game early on too. You know what I mean? To go forward and McCaffrey get that 1st down, to keep the drive moving because they went up top. That could have deflated us.
Right.
But they kept it moving, and that was big.
And I don't know how premature this statement is, but I remember when we was talking about we was going through the whole exercise of all of the coaches that we wanted to bring in. But now that we in the moment, Dan Quinn probably was the best fucking candidate for us.
Yeah.
Now that we seeing it through and through, we was all going for the big names and this, that, the third. I've always said that Dan Quinn was a person that I wouldn't mind being the head coach, given what he's done in the past. And then I know his defenses are normally real good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But to see this shit coming into fruition and just see how they handling things. He's definitely a player's coach.
The culture that they building and just like they keep saying, he's just a genuine guy. You got guys like Mike McDaniel. You talk about Dan Quinn and how he, helped bring him to sobriety. He was key through that process.
Yeah, held to him.
You know what I mean? You had other guys just saying, you know, when their career was going left or they was thinking things, you know, wasn't going to work out, Dan Quinn was that guy they called on. So, or, you know, if something happened, he's just he texting and like, man, I send my love. It's just staying in touch, just a genuine dude. So I'm definitely loving what I'm hearing about him on that. And yeah, man, it feels good. It feels good.
And look at the irony in this. I was listening to earlier, Jay Gruden was on the radio, and he basically was like, basically saying like all these great things about Terry and how he's just this like great receiver, da 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 da, in this offense and things like that, and what he would do. And look what happens. Terry McLaurin shows on up today.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, my man Gruden said the first play he'll run. They was asking, what would be the first thing you'll run to get a receiver going? Wide receiver screen. Oh, pop. Some ice school. I think Terry is definitely, like we always say, he's that professional, man. And I'm happy for him to be able to come out and definitely contribute today. They just talk about his patience, and he said that he would do Jayden no good if he complained and was being a diva. And that's real, you know what I mean? So shout out to Terry for being a stand-up guy, continued stand-up guy, a pro's pro. And, you know, hopefully this team can continue to reward him.
you know, we got a long way to go in the season, but this offseason is going to be something crazy.
Yeah, we in Arizona, B.
We're on Arizona, but this
ain't no
offseason, I'm gonna be. You know, the offseason, that's my shit. I love that. I love that free agency.
I love it too, but we're in Arizona.
Yeah,
we on Arizona.
We on Arizona.
Slow down, Bobby.
So what else? I mean, I'm just thinking about it because, you know, what we putting on film, you already know they ready to hop on. You already know.
For sure. The Glaze is definitely about to start.
About to start. On national. Stephen A's gonna get Glazing tomorrow.
Yeah, it already was surfacing, you know, the last couple of weeks, and they just been trying to ease their way in. He won on Monday Night Football in this fashion. Oh my God, he's gonna be all over the TV this week.
Yep.
You already know. No.
Yep.
They started with after the game, you know, had them talking. So
what else? What else? What else? What else we got?
I mean, we touched everything pretty much. We talked about the defense. We talked about the offense. We talked about Jayden, the coaches. We talked about everything. We talked a little bit about Arizona. You know, it's still kind of premature to kind of predict anything on that, but you know, I mean, we definitely they got a hell of offense. They doing their thing. McBride did get hurt though, so that's a key receiver for Kyler Murray. And we'll, you know, we'll go day by day to see the updates on, you know, any injuries or inactives or stuff like that. But for now, we bask in this W.
Yeah, a win is a fucking win, but this was a goddamn good one.
Yeah, definitely.
Good win.
Yeah, this stream is definitely on IG. They still working out the beta and working out the kinks and everything. But if you join us on YouTube, it's crystal clear. Facebook, and also on Riverside. We're gonna post the link next time. But yeah, definitely tap into our YouTube channel. That's where you'll get the crystal clear. At Reedie and Z on all platforms. So yeah, bro.
Do us a favor, like, share, subscribe. Shout outs to our sponsors, Saray's Catering, KB3 Events, Evolution of Kings, Great Clothing Line. Who else I missed?
I think that's it.
Until next time, we'll see y'all next week for the Week 4 recap after Arizona, and we're gone.